I'm going to be behind you with them.
They did.
We got to get into a car.
We just kind of figured it by ourselves.
Let's go this way.
Hey, I appreciate everyone, man.
Jeff, do you need to go to the hospital? You all right?
No, I'm cool, man. You're cool?
Jeff, are you interested in appearing in the Rachel Maddow show today?
All right, so there you have another passenger who survived. The FAA tells our producer Mike Allers, that all the passengers are alive. We don't know the exact number. We think at least 135 people were aboard, maybe closer to 150 people were aboard, but it looks like everyone managed to escape. You see that plane, that U.S. Airways Flight 1549. It's an Airbus 320. That plane is sinking fairly rapidly. It's been less than an hour now since then we've been on the air, and that plane is definitely going down. I'm getting some instructions, but I just want I want to go to Mary Snow, our correspondent in New York. Mary, you're on the scene right now as well, right?
Yeah, Wolf, and there are some amazing stories coming out of this crash. We are on the corner of 40th Street and 12th Avenue, near where the plane first went down. I just spoke to a passenger aboard that plane, Jeff Colliday. He is 31 years old. He says he was sitting in seat 22A. He said there was an explosion that was heard on the plane, that the pilot told the passengers on the plane to brace for impact as they were flying above the Hudson River. And Jeff Colliday saying that the plane, when it went down in the water, he said it was remarkable that everyone stayed so calm. In terms of how he got out of the water, he said that he walked through about 4 feet and it started rising, that he was up to his waist. But he said everyone remained calm throughout the ordeal. But he said that there was definitely an explosion and a fire before that plane went down. And just to set the scene here, Wolf, along the west side, the plane came down in this area around 40th Street. The last report has been floating downriver, and it is extremely cold here. It's about 21 degrees. And medical teams have been racing down the west side to catch up with that plane and also get everybody on board. The exact status of all the passengers not clear from where I'm standing. We're going to head downtown close to where that plane is now.
You know, and it's amazing, Mary, to see how fast this A320, this Airbus, this U.S. Airways plane is actually sinking now into the Hudson River. But you know what? We're told almost 150 people were on board that plane, and everyone apparently got out safe and sound as that pilot touched down on the Hudson River. Within a few seconds, they opened those emergency exits, the front door, the rear door, the door over the wings, and folks with a little burst of panic at the start then began to walk and get outside. They grabbed their life vests, they grabbed their seat cushions to make sure that if they had to jump into the water, they'd have some protection there. Chad Myers is on the scene, is not on the scene, but he knows what's going on in terms of the very cold air and water temperature in the Hudson River area, Chad.
Yeah, that water very, very close to 32 degrees. There's a buoy that is just down from Lady Liberty, has about 40-degree water there, but that's mixing in with a little bit of ocean water. Where this plane originally landed on up around 50th Street, certainly no ocean water was coming in there, so we know that this is the water literally coming out of the Adirondacks straight down from Albany, barely liquid at 32.5 degrees, Wolf. I also have a picture of what happened to the plane. It left LaGuardia runway 4, turned to the north, and headed on up a typical departure, turned to the left. I don't know where in this place. We did have that explosion. They said it actually exploded. The noise was heard before the big turn down the Hudson River, and right there, this was the last ping we got from the plane. It was at 300 feet in the sky, doing 153 knots. The next ping that we would have received, the plane was in the water and it was floating downriver. The reason why I think the plane is losing a lot of elevation now, is sinking, is because the authorities have opened up the front doors. Those front doors are allowing the water to pour in from the rear doors that are already open. For a while, with the front doors remaining closed, there was just an air bubble inside. That air bubble was keeping that plane afloat. Still think probably that the way that plane went down in such a very slight angle, the witnesses say that he really just eased the plane into the water. The bottom of the plane did not come apart, and so that compartment down below that would be holding the luggage, would be holding other things, still full of air. That's why the plane didn't go down in a big hurry, because the plane didn't break up. All of these people are alive to tell the story, Wolf.
It's an amazing story, and I want to play this little clip of what one of those survivors, an eyewitness just told us. Listen to this.
As well, I have one with me here. His name is Angel. He tells me that he saw the plane coming down over the Hudson. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell me exactly what you saw.
From my window, I saw the plane was coming down below the radar zone. I thought it might be a terrorist attack or something, but the plane looked like it had difficulty trying to get off.
Trying to gain altitude?
Trying to gain altitude. But as it got closer to the water, I saw the pilot. He made a last-ditch effort to try to gain altitude, and he did that for a few seconds, and then the plane just came down and plopped on the water. Had he not done that, he would have damaged the fuselage.
I know the plane was coming down. Was this a relatively soft landing, considering the speed that the plane was traveling at?
Had he not made that last-ditch effort, it would have not been a soft landing. He would have damaged the fuselage and endangered the lives of those people on the plane.
And you were telling me also that you tried to call 911, but
I tried to call 911, and I tried to call the news channels, but all the phones were blocked. I couldn't get through.
Angel, thank you very much.